What's up, everyone? Welcome to FilmSpot, and today we will be talking about best upcoming movies. Every year, the creative minds behind our favorite fandoms treat us to a glimpse of what's coming next at San Diego Comic-Con. This year, the reveals were mind-blowing. The biggest shocker from this year's SDCC came from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Fans had been speculating about the MCU's villainous future, especially with the upcoming Avengers films. Over the weekend, Galactus made a spectacular appearance with the help of some drones. But the excitement didn't stop there. Dr. Doom and his followers stormed the stage in Hall H, only for the green cloak to be tossed aside, revealing none other than Robert Downey Jr. under the mask. Yes, RDJ is taking on the role of the Latvian ruler, Dr. Doom. Whether this will tie into Iron Man's legacy is still a mystery, but you can bet Victor Von Doom has some surprises in store. The Russo brothers are also returning to direct Avengers Doomsday in May 2026 and Avengers Secret Wars in May 2027. And just when you thought it couldn't get any better, the cast and director of Marvel's Fantastic Four film, The Fantastic Four: First Steps, announced that production kicks off next week for their summer 2025 release. Switching over to the DC universe, we got some exciting updates along with a teaser for the fourth and final season of Superman and Lois. SDCC brought news about upcoming DC TV series and Batman films. Harley Quinn is back for Season 5 this November, and My Adventures with Superman's third season will introduce Superboy, following Supergirl's debut last season. Plus, an official teaser for Creature Commandos revealed Amanda Waller's new Monster Squad, a supernatural successor to Task Force X, coming in December. In Gotham City, a teaser trailer for The Penguin premiered, with the show set to debut on September 19th. This infamous Batman villain will also return in The Batman 2, Matt Reeves' sequel slated for October 2nd, 2026. Speaking of Batman's foes, a female Penguin will be featured in Bruce Timm's upcoming animated series, Batman Caped Crusader, premiering on August 1st. The creators of the Penguin TV show have revealed that it will directly link the Batman to its sequel. The Penguin will dive into Colin Farrell's character, the gangster introduced in The Batman, and follow his quest for power after the Riddler flooded Gotham. "We are the bridge between the two films," showrunner Lauren LaFranc shared with Entertainment Weekly. "We're going almost directly into the second film Matt has planned." But that's not the only Bat project in the works. While the Gotham PD and Arkham Asylum shows were scrapped, more is on the horizon. Executive producer Dylan Clark teased, "There's another television exploration we're going to do. We're looking at this entire world as it relates to who Batman is. The antagonists around him, all the crime that has to be navigated in the city, and trying to figure out where are the areas that are best to explore." Colin Farrell has hinted at the show's intense tone, saying, "It's dark. That's what I can tell you about it. It's really dark, and really heavy, I think. Certainly was doing it." Which is not to say I didn't have fun. I had an amazing time, but it's incredibly violent. As for The Batman 2, details are still under wraps. It's now set for release on October 2nd, 2026, a year later than originally planned. Scream 7 is finally gearing up to start filming after a rocky road of delays. Neve Campbell, our beloved Sidney Prescott, recently shared an update on when the cameras will start rolling. "We last saw Sidney in the 2022 reboot Scream, but due to a contract dispute, both Campbell and her iconic character were missing from 2023's Scream 6. However, good news arrived in March 2024 when it was confirmed she would return for Scream 7. The plan is to begin filming before the end of 2024, and it feels like this installment will be a significant culmination of the series. While promoting her new documentary, Swan Song, Campbell chatted with IndieWire about the upcoming Ghostface movie and her take on current horror trends. Surprisingly, she admitted, "I'm afraid I'm not well-versed in current horror trends. I should be. I struggle to watch horror movies, I really do. I've always felt like it's just not my thing. I don't like the experience of sitting and watching and getting scared. Some people really love it, but I also know they can be fantastic." As the last two movies reminded us, with the return of Billy Loomis, the franchise knows how to tap into its poignant roots. But don't expect more Skeet Ulrich, as his character's return was tied to Melissa Barrera's role. Excitingly, Courtney Cox is back as Gale Weathers, confirmed alongside Campbell's return. Patrick Dempsey is also reprising his role as Mark Kincaid, Sidney's husband, whom we haven't seen since Scream 3. What does Scream 7 have in store for this trio? We'll have to wait until early 2026 to find out. After nearly 3 years, Netflix has finally announced the release date for the highly anticipated South Korean horror series, Squid Game. They also revealed that Season 3 will be the series' final chapter. Squid Game, a dark social satire, took the world by storm when it premiered in September 2021. The show, which follows desperate people competing in deadly children's games for a life-changing cash prize, quickly became an online sensation, inspiring countless memes and fan theories. It even hit the #1 spot on Netflix in 70 countries, including the US, making it one of Netflix's biggest hits. The upcoming season, set 3 years after the first, will follow player 456 as they seek to uncover the people behind the brutal games and put an end to their vicious sport, according to the official synopsis for Season 2. Season 2 of Squid Game is set to drop on Netflix on Thursday, December 26th. However, Netflix hasn't shared specific details on the release format, whether it will be released all at once or in parts, like other popular shows such as Bridgerton, Emily in Paris, and Cobra Kai. Looking ahead, Netflix has also announced plans for the third and final season of Squid Game, which will debut in 2025. This season will continue to follow Song Ji-hun's quest for revenge against the game's creators, with the director hinting that the frontman will be a formidable opponent in the episodes to come. Fans of the Warhammer 40k universe are buzzing with excitement over the potential film and TV series adaptation starring Henry Cavill. But recent updates from Games Workshop have highlighted some uncertainty about the project. In their final financial report, Games Workshop emphasized that the ambitious collaboration with Amazon Studios depends on nailing down crucial creative guidelines by December 2024. This partnership, announced with great fanfare, gives Amazon exclusive rights to create films and TV series set in the expansive Warhammer 40,000 universe. There's also an option for Amazon to snag similar rights for the Warhammer Fantasy universe, depending on how the initial Warhammer 40,000 project pans out. However, everything hinges on both companies sharing a unified vision. Back in December 2023, Games Workshop mentioned that they had agreed on a 1-year period with Amazon to work out the creative details. The agreement will only proceed if the creative guidelines are mutually agreed between Games Workshop and Amazon, the company stated, comparing the situation to a space marine preparing a guardsman for battle. This means the fate of the Warhammer 40k film and TV adaptations is still up in the air, with just 5 months left to finalize the terms. The Dream Team is back. Tom Cruise and director Christopher McQuarrie are teaming up again, this time for a World War II film titled Broadsword. According to Production Weekly, the story follows a Marine captain on a mission for the British Intelligence Service, the Special Operations Executive. When he crashes behind enemy lines in France and becomes the sole survivor of his team, he must complete the mission alone. This isn't Cruise's first foray into World War II territory. He played Colonel Klaus von Stauffenberg in the 2008 film Valkyrie. Rumor has it that Henry Cavill will also have a significant role in Broadsword. Cavill was recently seen in The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, another World War II set film. Marion Cotillard is being discussed for the female lead. Filming for Broadsword is set to start in summer 2025, which means it could wrap up before Joseph Kosinski's Top Gun 3. However, there's no exact release date yet. Jonathan Majors opened up about being recast in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. TMZ caught up with the actor and asked him about the news that Robert Downey Jr. would be returning to the MCU as the notorious villain Dr. Doom, rather than Majors' Kang taking on the big bad role for the next 2 phases. Majors was dropped by Marvel after his conviction for reckless assault in the 3rd degree and harassment late last year. Majors admitted he was heartbroken over the news. "Of course," he said, "I love him. I love Kang. Dr. Doom is wicked though." When asked if he felt his treatment was fair compared to other Marvel stars like Downey and the Flash star Ezra Miller, who have faced their own legal issues, Majors responded, "I think it's fair that Mr. Downey is being greeted with patience and curiosity and love, and that Mr. Miller has gotten the same treatment, and that they're being allowed to work their art and be creative at that level." TMZ also asked if he would return as Kang if Marvel wanted him to, and Majors didn't hesitate. "Of course, I love him. I love Kang," he said. "Hell yeah, if that's what the fans want, if that's what Marvel wants, let's roll." With its 6th season, the hit series Cobra Kai on Netflix is gradually wrapping up. However, that hasn't stopped the creators from dreaming up more spin-offs from the Karate Kid universe. In a chat with The Hollywood Reporter, creators Hayden Schlossberg, Josh Heald, and John Hurwitz shared some insights into the final episodes of Cobra Kai and hinted at possible new projects. Daniel LaRusso will once again play a key role in the final season as he reflects on his relationship with his former mentor, Mr. Miyagi. The creators are also seriously considering several spin-offs to keep the universe alive. One particularly exciting possibility is a Mr. Miyagi prequel, which would explore the iconic character's backstory. While there aren't any concrete details yet, this project seems to be a top priority for the creators. Marvel Studios made a huge splash with their announcements last week. Fans noticed that some previously announced films like Armor Wars and Blade were missing, and no dates were given for 2026 and 2027 surrounding the two upcoming Avengers films. This has led to speculation: will there be just one Avengers film each year, or will we have to wait even longer for more updates? In the gap between San Diego Comic-Con and next week's big announcements at D23, Marvel filled in many Phase 5 and Phase 6 release dates, stretching all the way to 2028. Interestingly, Blade is still set for next year in 2025. Let's break down the new dates and what films might fill those slots. So this update isn't just a rumor. Variety published the new Marvel release dates as part of Disney's broader schedule. For 2025, we have February 14th, Captain America: Brave New World; May 2nd, Thunderbolts; July 25th, Fantastic Four; November 7th, Blade. Now Marvel needs to start working on Blade ASAP. There aren't many open dates to move it to 2026 or 2027. For 2026, we have February 13th to be announced, May 1st, Avengers Doomsday, November 6th to be announced. We suspect Armor Wars and Spider-Man 4 might fill these dates. For 2027, alongside Avengers Secret Wars on May 7th, there are open slots on July 23rd and November 5th. This could be where we see the X-Men reboot or Midnight Suns. Blade doesn't have much wiggle room. Marvel is sticking to 3 movies a year as part of their new strategy to release less content, which still feels like a lot. Films like Thor 5, Shang-Chi 2, and Doctor Strange 3 might also need to find slots in 2027. The big question is how Marvel will handle the world building needed for these films, especially with major characters still scattered and many storylines left to develop. For instance, how will the Avengers team come together in Doomsday and beyond? Will Fantastic Four or other titles like Brave New World, Thunderbolts, and Blade help set the stage? And what about Spider-Man 4? So far, we've had little official news, but it's crucial for it to fit into the multiverse saga. Marvel and Sony surely want Spidey in the big events, and fans definitely do too. Despite the reduced number of films per year, Marvel has a lot of ground to cover. The first Avengers film worked because it brought heroes together for the first time. Now, with such an expansive universe, getting everything ready for Doomsday and Secret Wars will be a challenge. Let's hope Marvel can pull it off. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.